I caught my wife cheating, and she screamed, "At least he makes me feel alive." I calmly said, "Then live your best life." Then I packed her bags, called her affair partner to pick her up, and changed the locks within 2 hours. When he refused to let her move in, I, 37 male, flew home early from a work trip because my connecting flight got canceled. Managed to grab an earlier direct flight, figured I'd surprise my wife with takeout and an extra night together. Surprised her all right. Walked into my living room to find her sprawled on the couch, wine bottle half empty, FaceTiming someone while giggling like a teenager. The kind of giggling I hadn't heard directed at me in probably a year. "God, I wish you were here instead," she was saying to her screen. Cleared my throat. She literally jumped and almost yeeted her phone across the room. "You're home early. Why are you early?" "Flight got rescheduled." "Who's that?" She angled the phone away from me. "Nobody, just book club stuff." "Book club?" Her book club met every other week, not daily video calls that required wine and her good push-up bra. "Let me see the phone." "It's just a friend." "God, why are you being weird?" I wasn't the jealous type, never had been. 8 years of marriage, I'd never checked her phone, never questioned girls' nights. Nothing, but the way she was clutching that phone like it contained nuclear launch codes. Walked over before she could stop me and looked at the screen. Some younger guy, shirt open, clearly in a bedroom. He saw me and his face went white before he hung up instantly. "Okay, so that's not book club." My wife stood up fast, wobbling. Day drinking and lying, fantastic combo. "Before you jump to conclusions, how long?" "It's really not what it looks like." "How long have you been sleeping with him?" She froze, bit her lip, looked everywhere except at me. "A few months." "How many is a few? Does it matter?" "Yeah, actually it does." She poured herself more wine with shaking hands. 4. 4 months. But it's not serious. It's nothing. 4 months. While I'd been working 80-hour weeks at the firm, while I'd been planning our anniversary trip, while I'd been paying her car note because she was between projects. "What's his name?" "That's not important. It's as if I'm calling him to come get you." Her head snapped up. "What?" Something just clicked off in my brain, like a light switch. I'd spent 8 years with this woman, paid off her $34,000 in credit card debt, supported her through 3 different career transitions, dealt with her mother treating me like I wasn't good enough, and she'd spent 4 months screwing some guy who hangs out on FaceTime in his bedroom in the middle of the afternoon. "You heard me. Call him. Tell him to come get you." "Baby, no." "Stop. Let's just talk about this." She reached for my arm. I stepped back. "Nothing to talk about. You want him? Go be with him. It was a mistake. I'll end it right now. I swear." "Cool. Still leaving, though." Started walking to the bedroom. She followed me, crying now. Real tears or wine tears, couldn't tell, didn't care. Grabbed her 2 big suitcases from the closet and started throwing her clothes in. Dresses, jeans, those weird athleisure sets she bought, never worked out in. All of it. "Please, stop. Where am I supposed to go?" "His place, probably, since you've been spending so much time thinking about him anyway." "He's not my boyfriend." I stopped and looked at her. "What is he then?" She opened her mouth, closed it, couldn't answer, kept packing, shoes, makeup, that expensive hairdryer I bought her for Christmas, into the bags. She was full-on sobbing now, snot and everything. Took me maybe half an hour to most of her stuff together. Hauled both suitcases to the front door. She collapsed back on the couch, crying into a throw pillow. "Give me his number." "No. Then I'm putting your stuff on the lawn and calling it a day." "You can't do this to me." "His number or the lawn. Pick one." She gave it to me. Hands shaking, mascara running down her face like a sad raccoon. I called it right there on speaker. He answered after 3 rings. "Hello? Hey man, so I'm the husband. You've been having a good time with my wife for 4 months, right?" Dead silence. "Here's the situation. She needs somewhere to stay, like permanently. I'm done with this. So you can come pick her and her stuff up, or I'm leaving it on the curb. You got 30 minutes to decide." More silence. Then bro, we don't have that kind of relationship." "What kind of relationship do you have?" "It's casual. Very casual." "She can't just, I have roommates. And it's not like we're dating. It was just for fun." Oh, this was beautiful. I actually laughed. "Let me get this straight. You've been hooking up with a married woman for 4 months, but it's just for fun?" "Look, dude, I'm sorry about your situation, but that's between you two. I'm not trying to be part of whatever this is." My wife made a strangled noise and tried to grab the phone. I held it up away from her. "So that's a no on picking her up?" "That's a hard no, man. This is way too much. I'm actually going to need both of you to lose my number. Good luck with everything." Click. The silence was so thick you could cut it with a knife. My wife stared at her phone like it had personally betrayed her. "He didn't mean that. He's just freaked out. If I explain nope, get your stuff and go." "Where? Where am I supposed to go?" And that's when it happened. She stood up, face red and blotchy, wine sloshing in her glass, and absolutely lost it. "At least he makes me feel alive." "You're boring. You're always at work. I needed excitement. I needed more than this." gestured around at our house, the house I'd bought, that I paid the mortgage on, that had her Pinterest-perfect decorating that I'd funded. I looked at her, really looked at her, this person I'd promised forever to, who'd apparently decided 4 months ago that forever was negotiable if someone more exciting came along. Then go live your best life, I said. Walked to the garage, grabbed my toolbox, came back, started unscrewing the deadbolt on the front door. What are you doing? Changing the locks. You can't kick me out. I live here. You live here because I pay for it. House is in my name, you remember? When we bought it, you said the mortgage would stress you out too much, so you wanted to keep things simple. Her face went pale. She'd forgotten about that. Had a new lock set I'd bought months ago during a sale, never got around to installing. Perfect timing, honestly. She went from screaming to begging to silent to trying to call her affair partner over and over while I worked. He never answered. New lock was in before dinner time. Her bag's by the door. You can take your stuff now. I have nowhere to go. Sounds like a you problem. You had somewhere until about an hour ago. She tried her key in the new lock. Didn't work, obviously. Started pounding on the door after I shut it in her face. You can't do that. Open the door, texted her through the door. Your stuff stays on the porch overnight. Tomorrow it goes to Goodwill. Figure it out. Turned my phone completely off, made myself dinner. Ate it in peace while she pounded and screamed outside for a solid hour before finally giving up. Okay, so it's been about a week and I need to update because this has gone completely off the rails. That first night, I'm not going to lie, I sat there thinking maybe I went too far. 8 years of marriage ended in an afternoon. But then I kept replaying her face on that video call. The way she'd hidden it from me. 4 months of lies while I worked myself half to death. Checked the porch the next morning. Stuff was gone. Found out from my neighbor, who's been eating this drama up with a spoon, that her best friend picked her up around midnight. She'd apparently sat out there crying the entire time. The phone calls started immediately. Not from her number, but from everyone she knew. Her sister hit me up with about 40 texts. How could you? She's destroyed. One mistake and you throw away 8 years? Marriage is supposed to be work. You're a terrible person. Sent back one message. She didn't make one mistake. She made a choice every single day for 4 months to lie to my face. We're done. Her sister called me everything but a child of God. Blocked her. Then my wife started the phone number rotation. Called me from like 15 different numbers. Friends, family, random numbers. I'm pretty sure we're from the Target checkout. Finally picked up one. What? Baby, please, can we just talk? Face to face? No. I'm crashing on my friend's couch. I can't live like this. Should have thought of that before you decided being alive was more important than being faithful. You're being cruel. I made a mistake. You made 4 months of mistakes. I'm just done cleaning them up. We can go to counseling. I'll do anything. Anything. I want a divorce. She went completely silent. Then you don't mean that. Lawyer's already drawing up papers. You'll get served soon. I won't sign them. You will eventually. Just depends how much money you want to waste on lawyers. Hung up. Blocked that number. A few days later, got an unexpected visitor at work. Her mother showed up at my office building, making a scene in the lobby until security called me down. You need to take my daughter back, she screeched the second she saw me. Not happening. She made one mistake. Don't you believe in forgiveness? She made about 120 mistakes. One for each day she lied to me for 4 months. Men cheat all the time and their wives forgive them. Cool, she can find one of those guys. I'm not available. Her mom got right in my face. She gave you her youth, the best years of her life. And I gave her financial stability, paid off her debt, and supported every random career change she wanted. I'd say we're even. You're going to regret this. You'll never find anyone else. You're going to die alone. Maybe, but I'll die alone with my dignity intact and my bank account not drained by someone who thinks excitement is more important than loyalty. Security started walking over. Her mom realized she was about to get escorted out. She's my baby. How can you be so heartless? Your baby cheated on me and then blamed me for working too much. She's 35 years old. She can handle consequences. She left screaming about what a monster I was. My boss actually saw the whole thing from the second floor, called me up to his office, thought I was in trouble. Instead, that your ex-mother-in-law? Unfortunately. My sympathies. Take the afternoon. Go decompress. And hey, for what it's worth, you're handling this better than I did when my ex pulled similar. Found a letter taped to my door when I got home. From my wife. 6 pages of apologies, explanations, promises. Not once did she actually take responsibility. Everything was either it didn't mean anything, or he pursued me, or you were never home, or I felt neglected. Threw it away without finishing it. My lawyer called a couple days after that. Heads up, your wife's not making this easy. She's asking for half of everything. She contributed nothing. House is in my name, no joint accounts, doesn't matter. 8 years of marriage, she's entitled to something. Looking at maybe 20 to 30% of marital assets. Made me want to puke. She destroys everything and still gets a cut, but that's how it works apparently. Just get it done. Understood. Might take a few months, but we'll get there. Late one night last week, she showed up at my house, drunk, pounding on the door and screaming at like 2 a.m. I know you're in there. Let me in. Called the cops. They showed up after about 20 minutes. By then, she'd given up pounding and was just sitting on my porch crying. The officers talked to her first, then knocked on my door. She says this is her house. Showed them the deed. It's not. It's mine. She moved out after I found out she was cheating. She says she has nowhere to go. That's unfortunate, but it's not a legal problem. It's a her problem. Sir, we can't just, I'm not asking you to. I'm asking you to get her off my property since I've asked her to leave multiple times and she won't. They talked to her again. She tried telling them I was being abusive. They asked if I'd ever hit her, threatened her, kept her from getting her belongings. No to all of that. She got her stuff when she left. She keeps coming back and harassing me. They made her leave, warned her about trespassing. She left screaming she'd make me pay for this. Next morning, found my car keyed. Deep scratches all down the side. Jerk carved into the hood. Called the cops again. Filed a report. My neighbor's Ring camera caught her doing it at like 4 a.m. after the police had left. Now she's got vandalism charges on top of the divorce. My lawyer was practically gleeful when I told him. This is actually great for us. Shows a pattern of harassment and property destruction. Judge is going to love this. Apparently, her lawyer tore her a new one. Heard through a mutual friend that she got a whole lecture about destroying her own case. It's been almost 2 months now since I came home early and found my wife on that video call. Divorce finalized last week. Took way longer than it should because she kept trying to delay it, kept thinking I'd change my mind. Spoiler, I didn't. Final settlement, $25,000 cash, her car that she still owes payments on, and her personal stuff. No alimony, no claim to the house, nothing ongoing. She fought it hard. Her lawyer basically told her, take the deal or risk walking away with even less. The vandalism charge, the documented harassment, the proven affair, the trying to manipulate the system, none of it made her look good. In the courtroom, she tried one last play. Stood up and addressed the judge directly. Your Honor, I made a terrible mistake. I want to work on my marriage. He won't even give me a chance to. Judge held up a hand. Ma'am, your husband filed for dissolution based on adultery. You've damaged his property. You violated a no-contact order. This isn't about chances. This is about ending a marriage that's clearly over. Sign the papers. She signed them, sobbing the whole time, mascara everywhere like a goth clown. Outside the courthouse, she tried talking to me one more time. I hope you're happy now. Getting there. I lost everything because of you. You lost everything because you cheated. I just stopped catching you when you jumped. He doesn't even answer my calls anymore. I gave up my whole marriage for nothing. Yeah, that's rough. Do you even care that I'm struggling? Honest answer? Yeah, a little. You don't spend 8 years with someone and just flip a switch. But caring doesn't mean I have to fix it. Doesn't mean I have to set myself on fire to keep her warm. I care the same way I'd care about anyone going through a hard time. But I'm not responsible for fixing what you broke. She stared at me like she was finally getting it, that I wasn't coming back, that the crying and the showing up and the manipulation wasn't going to work. I really did love you, she said quietly. Maybe, but not enough to not cheat on me for 4 months. That was the last time we talked. So here's where everyone ended up. My ex-wife moved back in with her mother, got a full-time job at some marketing agency making okay money, but nowhere near enough to maintain her old lifestyle. Her mom apparently charges her rent now. Heard she's in therapy, but still tells everyone I'm the bad guy. Her affair partner? Blocked both of us everywhere. Apparently his ex-girlfriend, yeah, he had one the whole time, found out and blasted him all over social media. Last I heard he moved to another state. My ex-mother-in-law still thinks I'm Satan incarnate. Sent me an email about how I destroyed her daughter. Didn't respond. My ex-sister-in-law actually reached out last week, apologized, said she'd heard the real story and realized her sister had been lying about a lot of things. We're not friends, but at least someone in that family has some sense. As for me, I'm okay. Some days are hard. House feels empty sometimes. Too quiet. But it's my quiet. Nobody's lying to me in it. Sold the keyed car, got a new one. Figured after all that I deserved something nice. Work's been good. Actually got promoted. Turns out when you're not emotionally destroyed by your spouse's affair, you can focus pretty well. Started therapy to work through trust issues. Making progress. Slowly. Dating. Hell no. The thought of trusting someone like that again makes me physically ill. But I'm working on it. Do I regret how I handled it? Sometimes I wonder if I was too harsh. If I should have at least listened to her explanation that first day, then I remember her on that video call. The 4 months, her screaming at me about being boring. Nah, I did what I had to do. She wanted to feel alive? Well, now she is. Fully alive. Broke, living with her mom, working full-time for the first time in years, dealing with real consequences. Can't get more alive than that. Me? I'm just rebuilding, figuring out who I am without her. It's weird starting over at 37, but also kind of freeing in a way. The house is mine. My life is mine. My choices are mine. And honestly, right now, that's enough. To anyone going through something similar, trust your gut. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. And when they try to gaslight you into thinking you're crazy for seeing what's right in front of your face, that's when you know it's time to walk. Also, seriously, change your locks. Best $60 I ever spent. Thanks for letting me get this all out. Helped more than I expected. Time to close this chapter and see what's next.